Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green, and the fans have been waiting since early this morning for the clash we have in store. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Vanderbilt Commodores. The North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. North Texas will kick it off to get this game underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense in an empty set. Johnson looking to throw. He's going for it all. And he intercepts it. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That is not how you drew it up offensively. You want to come out, get some things established, get your quarterback in a rhythm, get the positive mojo going. The opposite just happened. Just made a big mistake. Now you just created so much momentum for the other team. Defense, please come and bail me out.
Quick strike complete. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
On third and loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Finds him out of the backfield. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Mean Green. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in.
Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Morris. Looking to scramble. He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some.
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Johnson wants to throw. Working that left side now. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throwing catch.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a 1st down, new set of downs for the offense.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Really need positive yards on 2nd down after the incompletion. They'll snap it from the 44. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run it. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. And he cruises his way to the house.
start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there getting set. Fair catch called for and made. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Looking for a man. It's Morris. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. It's caught downfield. Can anyone catch it? And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play... have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. And that pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. The 30. At the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch him. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Back to throw, it's Morris. gets it out quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got his man. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Touch pass on the jet sweep.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the lead and going for the touchdown on fourth down. And as they come to the line of scrimmage, they're passing on the field goal. But look, worst case scenario, you don't get it here, they're backed up in their own end. Back to pass, it's Morris. They're trying to get to it. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
Man, those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
And down he goes back at the 3.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on-one. You saw it right there.
And there's two thought processes. When I'm a defense and I got them backed up, is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that...
And he breaks into the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The pull and throw off the RPO. At the 35, he's open. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Starting to feel a little pressure. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Nice job on the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Johnson looking to throw. Buys a little time. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Commodores have it in scoring position on first and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown Doors. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the score. He'll take the deep shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Dropping back, it's Morris. Throws to the tight end. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Pass to 45. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Quarterback will audible. He's going to pass. Trying to get to him. He'll try to do it himself. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's back to throw on second down. Getting some heat. Quarterback gets enough. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Motion from the offense. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work on second down in the red. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mean Green.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll start this drive firing. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Touchdown, North Texas. How about that D coming up with a play like that? They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Comes out throwing on first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Trying to take it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Looking for room, it's Price. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air, it's Morris. Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Snagged in the middle. It's Coleman. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback adapted. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Buying some time. He makes a catch. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? You've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Mean Green. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Make sure he doesn't get backed up any further. Signals for and makes the fair catch at the 10. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Caught over the middle. It's Stowers. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback in the first possession.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket. They did a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dillon. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Might as well stick with him. And the Commodores get it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
After the run, now to throw. Lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out on the field because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive. He does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package now setting up 4th and long.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
At the 35, he's loose. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge, like they did a great job on the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover.
And the quarterback is snowed under. If it works. They tried to follow up the big run with a pass and didn't work out for them.
Now, how about a good job by the defense? You know, sometimes when you give up runs, you get more aggressive. You want to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage, and you want to overreact. The defense stayed calm, stayed true, came up with a big sack the next play.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback checking off. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. 1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. Fast motion from the offense. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, he's got enough. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it. And
he's got it inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he'll be brought down.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But
he's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Johnson wants to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drill